Why the heck not? So my mother tried to impel me to change my name, but I kept
Your
my
mother
name.
being a traditionalist.
Well, yes, my mother being very much a traditionalist, but she thought I was going to get into country music, so she thought I should just shorten my name to the first 4 letters and make it Dean, and that would be a great country music name.
Yeah. But you resisted.
I resisted,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. Well, I've known you for a long time, and I'm pretty sure that the large part of your interest in Irish music came from meeting Ed McDermott.
Yeah, that I have to say, in retrospect, looking back on it, at the time I thought it was a pretty important event, but looking back on it, it's even more important the older I get. You know, how you know that once you meet someone and you get off on this little path that you think it's just a little side stream, you're getting off this little path, and it becomes like, eventually, like the main highway of your life. So I met Ed McDermott when I was, I think, a senior in high school. He lived in Keyport.
About 1971?
Yeah, about 1971, and he was actually living in Keyport at the time, which is where I was living. He was living on the other side of town. And I met him at a folk music party that Dr. Levine, who did the folk music festival in Middletown, was having. And I met this guy, and he was this great old fellow. He was sitting out in the living room, and I was talking to him, and he said he lived in Keyport, and I thought, well, this is great. So I used to go, I had started inviting myself over on my lunch hours when I was working my summer job, and I'd trundle my guitar over there, and he'd play the fiddle, and I played the guitar. I mean, at the time, I really didn't know what I was doing, but he liked the company.
Yeah.
So he kept telling me I was good and encouraging me, so of course I kept on going over there. So we became to be pretty great friends, and that was my introduction into playing music. I didn't play the fiddle at the time. He played the fiddle, I played the guitar.
Well, maybe you could illustrate an example of the fiddle playing that you learned from Ed.
Okay, I'll play you a couple of tunes.
Okay, thanks. was terrific, Kathy.
Oh, thanks.
I felt like jumping up and dancing, but I'm all wired here, so I couldn't. Well, as I recall, you met Ed McDermott in '71, and then you come along to college. Tell us a little bit about how you went about reviving the Mine Street Coffee House.
The coffee house already kind of existed in the basement of the Second Reformed Church, and it right on the corner of Mine Street there, the big yellow church. And but the church was in, they were going to be closing it down. It just was like a hangout. And there was a couple of seminary students from the seminary just on the street across that said, oh, gee, you would like to have a coffee house. And I sort of got involved in it because I was